Hi everybody, welcome back to the Premier Guns YouTube channel. Here for another shotgun review today, and as an added bonus we've also got a giveaway, so don't turn off till the end because we'll tell you about an exciting giveaway where you can get your hands on one of these PG Gilets. Right, so we talk a lot about Beretta on this channel because we are big fans of Beretta, we are huge dealers of Beretta, and if you take into consideration the fact that this is the oldest manufacturing company in the world, it's quite impressive, and what they've achieved in the 500 years has been very incredible, well, noticeably incredible. So today we're going to talk about the mid-range of the Silver Pigeon. So the Silver Pigeon 1, which I think it's been some years since we've done a video, so I'll probably do a new one of those, is the basic bread and butter 686 action, which is built to a price, which a lot of people start shooting with, or they certainly have a go one where they're learning to shoot. And recently the Beretta relaunched the Silver Pigeon 5, which you've probably seen the video of. So that was a gun that was typically around about 10 years ago and has had a facelift and a relaunch. And we're going to talk today about the gun that fits smack in the middle of those two, which is the Silver Pigeon 3. Now, we've got one of the original Silver Pigeon 3 to talk about, and then we've got the modern version, so we're going to talk about specifications and why I think these are a good bit of kit, or there might be something I don't like about. Let's have a look and see, and go from there really. So Silver Pigeon 3, we've got the original model here, was launched about 2001 or 2 from memory, followed on from the 687 Silver Pigeon, and it was essentially an upgrade from the basic Beretta, whereby you got better wood, bit of better engraving, and that was it. Because let's not forget, if you've seen the 680 series video, anything that's 680 series is all the same mechanically, it is just the cosmetics that change. There are the odd differences in terms of barrel specification, but largely they are all the same. So this is the original Silver Pigeon 3. So you've got, this is a 12 gauge game gun, and you've got the pheasant on one side with a bit of scroll work, the Beretta logo underneath in gold, again scroll engraved trigger guard, forend iron, etc. And on the other side, you can just see that, we have got a duck. Okay, now this is a gun that we sold back in 2008. Standard game specification, 28-inch, narrow rib, etc. But if you have a look at that next to the new Silver Pigeon, I'm going to pick this 12-bore Sporter up. I think the first noticeable difference is the depth of the engraving, and that is simply down to modern engraving techniques. When this Silver Pigeon 3 was produced, the engraving process would have involved rolled and a little bit of acid etching, whereas today everything, particularly at Beretta, is dominated by laser engraving. And what that does with the different types and the different quantities of laser they use on each model enables to get this sort of more deep relief style engraving, which makes it look like a much more expensive shotgun than it is. I mean, I really like it. It is a little bit, it's not dissimilar to the original Silver Pigeon 3, but you've got the deeper style engraving, there's more, the game scene's more pronounced, you've got the sort of the reeds and I'm guessing they're cloud skies, whatever they are, and it does really bring out the engraving, and I think it's really nice. They've kept the checkering style, moving on to the stock, exactly the same as the predecessor to this model, which is this kind of funky-ish wavy. Not a fan of it, I have to admit. I do like my double point checkering because it looks more traditional, but these did have a following, and to be fair, we are selling these guns by the boatload at the minute, so I don't think it's affecting anyone's judgment in any way, shape or form. Going back to the bright work, to the metal work, there's a slightly different design on the top lever. Again, it's this quad axis laser stuff, so it makes it look really deep, and again, it makes it look more expensive than it actually is, because these are actually really well priced, exactly in between the Silver Pigeon 1 and the Silver Pigeon 5. So this is a Silver Pigeon 3 Sporter, so it's got the 10x8 tapered sporting rib, ventilated barrels, 3-inch chambers, and superior steel shot proof. Now I know I keep banging on about the steel thing, but it is happening, it is relevant. The first thing people say when they come into the shop at the moment is this gun steel shot proof? And I'm actually going to do a video about why some of the older guns have fallen out of favour, mainly because of the steel shot proofing thing, in a few weeks time, to look out for that. Extended Optima HP choke spring, this one. Okay, but This is a bit of a crossover gun, you know, it's got game scenes on the side, it's got nice scroll work. There's no reason why you couldn't use this for game. So even though this gun comes with extended Optima HP chokes, again, in all the Beretta range now we're looking at Optima HP, even in the small gauge, which is great from a recoil and a ballistics point of view. This gun's a bit of a crossover because you've got the game scenes, as we've just looked at, and a lot of people are going to want a heavier weight gun for game shooting, for bigger loads. So there's no reason why you couldn't take this gun game shooting, put some flush chokes in it if you wished, no problem at all. And you've got a really good crossover. Again, with a sporter, they always come as manual safety, but it's not a problem to convert it to auto for shooting game, and vice versa. If you wanted a slightly lighter gun, you had a game gun, and you wanted it for clays, we could then transfer it to manual safety. So a very, very versatile, the 680 series action. You can do an awful lot with it. Forend style. On the older one, the original gun, you've got the traditional, what I would say, schnabel forend. More and more these days, particularly with Beretta and with Browning to be fair, we are seeing this more rounded finish without the lip. It just seems really popular. The schnabel, over the years we've took a lot of schnabels off forends for customers because they don't like the way it feels on the finger, so rounding it off is not a problem at all. So I think as a general all-rounder, on the sport, I think the rounded shape is the right shape. I would agree with that. Stock dimensions, which again is something I always try and talk about, but there's a lot of videos I see that don't mention stock dimensions, and I think that's an absolutely critical point when we're talking about fit and shotgun stocks. Standard specification in the Sporter is 35mm drop at comb and 55mm drop at heel, and stock length 14 5/8. On the Sporter, standard specification sporting stock, 35mm drop at comb, 55mm drop at heel, 14 5/8 length of pull with an 18mm Beretta Microcore pad fitted. The game version, although slightly slimmer in the stock, the dimensions should be the same. However, Beretta produced different dimensions for different models worldwide depending on the particular market, so you will find potentially in 9 out of 10 cases with the game gun that it is a little bit lower in the comb. Just have a look at the bottom to finish off. So we've got the scroll engraved trigger guard with some grapes on, nice, and the Beretta Trident logo with a bit of scroll work to finish off with the Sporter. Weight wise, 712, 714, something like that, in a 30-inch sporting version. So the Silver Pigeon 3 is a gun for everybody. There's a game version, they do a sporting version. They are available in 20 gauge. 28 I believe is coming later in the year, maybe 2023 now to be fair, because there has been various delays with production this year, I understand. The 20 bore is similar, okay, so same grade 2.5 woodwork, slightly different engraving pattern. So what we've got on here is we've got a woodcock on the right hand side and a partridge on the left. True 20 gauge frame, again Optima HP chokes, Microcore recoil pad, auto safety, narrow rib. The opposite from the Sporter, but what you would expect in a game gun. So the final model I want to talk about is the 687 Silver Pigeon 3 Vittoria. So for those that know a bit about Berettas, the Vittoria is the dedicated lady stock whereby it's reduced in the pistol grip, shorter in the pistol grip. It comes with a Monte Carlo stock. The stock length is shorter and also there is reduced pitch. So this is currently the highest grade Vittoria available. I'm not sure if they're going to do a Silver Pigeon 5 because for me, I think the price point for a lady shotgun, when you get to sort of £3,000, we don't tend to sell many of them. Of course this comes well underneath that, so I think the price point is absolutely perfect. And of course anybody that doesn't want to go for the upgraded wood and the engraving can just go for Silver Pigeon 1. Like I said before, the 680 series is a 680 series. The gun is exactly the same mechanically, it is only the cosmetics. But so if you just look at the difference there, much smaller in the pistol grip because ladies tend to have shorter fingers, smaller hands. Monte Carlo stock, head up position, long necks, high cheekbones, always problematic with gun fit with ladies, so that is a huge benefit. Shorter in the stock because largely ladies are shorter than guys, and reduced pitch because of the physical differences between men and women, and it can affect the fit also. So overall, you know, the Silver Pigeon 3, really nice product, fits nicely in the middle of the Beretta range in terms of the price point, the specification, and It's been around a long time. So they relaunched it back in, I think, 2020. It'll be around for a long time to come yet. So there's a few more models due, like the smaller gauges, and that's it really. You know, we've covered the range, I believe. If you've got any questions, then please drop us an email, comment below. You know, even if you've got an old Silver Pigeon 3 and you want a bit more detail of the differences between the two and whether it's worth upgrading, absolutely get in touch. We'll do what we can to help you. So finally, just want to talk about the giveaway. We are going to give away one of these really smart, swanky fleece gilets with PG on them, embroidered on the back and embroidered on the breast pocket. To have a chance of winning one, all you've got to do is like and subscribe to the channel, make a comment about the Silver Pigeon 3, some description on the comment section, and we will pick a winner at random. So the video is going to go out on a Sunday, so on the Wednesday following the release of the video, we will pick a winner, and then we'll get in touch and we will send you this rather cool piece of fleece. Thanks for watching, see you again soon, cheers.